talk about this, and we still got, well, the individual, we know who does at the end of the day, who tries to come in with fake accounts and say, well, that's not going to happen, that's not true, this, that, and the other. And I'm here to tell you, yes, it is going to happen, and it does happen. All right, so first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. We're taking someone to court for multiple accounts of copyright infringement. Oops, see, it's my stand falling over for some strange, weird reason. So I want to stay up here. Anyway, let's get this thing all the way over. All right, there we go. So we're taking someone to court for copyright infringements. This is an individual that we have warned multiple times that this was going to happen. We gave him plenty enough chances to go in and refrain from his actions so he doesn't have to be hit with this lawsuit. But this person chose to do otherwise. So he is going to court. So, what statements that I made when I said that it's something called willful infringements. Willful infringements means that basically you knew 100% what you were doing, and keep in mind this fellow displaying our copyrights over and over and over again, and tampering with them and changing them and altering and making statements in the bottom of these copyrighted material by stating that this is mine, I do what I want to do with it, this, that, and the other, has landed him in some real serious hot water. Now, basically, if we can't show proof, which we can show hardcore evidence, if we can't show proof, if there's not enough proof there, two things are going to happen. If they do allow it to go past, the most you can receive in that and the judgment is like $700, I think, and $50. All right. If there isn't enough evidence, then they won't even bother following the case. Or come back and tell you that you don't have enough evidence to support your claim, and your claim doesn't get filed. That's what happens. They'll deny your claim. There has to be enough information in there. It has to be told clearly on what went on, what happened. There's just a lot of stuff that they request in there. This right here is my docket number against Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. That's my docket number for the court, showing that our complaint was filed successfully with the CCB. And those are the people that are dealing with lawsuit against the individual for violating our copyrights. As I told you before, that he has to be able to prove that we gave him full permission to be able to tamper and use our copyrights without our permission. Most importantly, the evidence we have against this particular individual, like I said, is multiple messages, pictures, videos of him using our copyrights and stating that they belong to him. He was issued a letter from the attorneys that we sent out to him on July the 2nd of 2021, clearly telling him to back down from using our copyrighted material without our permission, and which he didn't listen to begin with. Was the information posted? One of the things we were asked for the information posted, showing that the product was copyrighted. Here we are right here. This is directly on our website, excuse me, which is the same website that we use, is the same website that he also uses by Wix. He's also an account holder by Wix. And clearly, if you go to our Crystal Edge site, you will see our cube, which he used multiple times without our permission. In the cube, you will see right here, if you run your mouse over top of it, it shows our copyrights right there in front. So he can't ever say that I didn't know it was copyrighted. We sent him this document multiple times directly to him, emails to him, telling him to leave this our copyrighted material alone, due to the fact that he doesn't have our permission to use it. But he kept going on with it, so this is where he finally got lost. He's getting sued. Now, here, this is where it says explains to, when I was saying that he could basically, if it shows that the that was willfully infringement is proven by the copyright owner, that amount may increase up to $150,000 per work. Which I made that statement, and there it is right there. Anyone who has infringed a copyright work may be liable for statutory damages up to $30,000. Keep in mind, for work infringement. And if willful infringing is proven by the copyright owner, that amount can be increased up to $150,000 per infringement. So that means that every time we can show that not only was Jamie warned multiple times to stay away from this logo and to leave it alone, but he continued on. And it shows that he was well aware of his actions when he committed this act against our company, which means he willfully. And because he willfully, because they're going to go by the emails that were sent to him, telling him to back down, and from the lawyer telling him to back down, which he knew he was in violation of touching the copyrights. And because of that, he falls under the guidelines of willful infringement, which is a fine up to $150,000 per infringement. Jamie went in and tampered with those copyrights around 16 times. So you consider 16 times $150,000, which brings the amount up to $2.4 million. And there you go. So, anywhere in that range, that ballpark, what they decide to do, it's going to be a lot of money. A serious amount of money. And again, if he does not have the ability, we're basically executing judgment, of course. Then we're going to execute judgment. Executing judgment on a lawsuit. Now, this is an execution of judgment right here. This is what we're going to be doing, filing a judgment with the county and courts and file with the execution judgment. And this right here helps us to be to collect, so they can seize your banking account. They can go in and basically levy and sell personal assets. They can basically vehicles. They can sell property, land, the whole 9 yards. Everything. So I wasn't joking when I said that in the day. I'm not the kind of person going to get on YouTube and run my mouth and say things that are not true. This is not the first time I have sued someone for touching our copyrights. I've been through this before. So I know what the outcome is going to be of this. This is why we advised him. We sent this letter out to him to let him know that this is going to just, if he continues down this road, he is going to be sued. And he didn't listen. We can show the courts that he clearly denied. We gave him a chance, and he denied it. And he chose to take a lawsuit. So that's what he's going through right now. Let me see. Now this is a federal case because, like I said, it is not. It's a different case that involves. Well, pretty much it does. It definitely is a federal case. Let me see. It's right here. But someone was questioning me, asking me about, oh, you can't. There's no way in the world they're going to give you $150,000. It's right there. You can go in and check for yourself. I know about this stuff because I've taken people to court for this, so it's nothing new. But common sense would just told him at the end, don't do dumb stuff. And if I catch anyone else with that copyright or logo attached to anything without my permission, I'm going to sue you. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to drag you into court. I'm going to sue you. So we advise you that if you have anything up or you're slandering my company, anything, I would suggest remove it very quickly. Because if I see it or my attorneys pick it up, you're finished. That's it. You can expect to get served. But this individual, he's done. This is it. So this is already set in motion. We'll be going to court soon. He'll be getting served, and he's going to have to pay up exactly what the court's going to be requesting, because it can show that he's went in and basically violated our copyrights. We have it, and one of the things they asked me, do we have it on display? Yes, we do, right here. Just my copyright information right there. How do you miss that? And we both are sitting on the same Wix platform. And that's sitting right there. That's where we took it from. It's right there stating our copyright. How can you miss that? So there's no way to get around that. Court documents from the attorneys over here explaining to him, stay away from that logo or you'll get sued. Didn't listen. All this was presented to the court. And I told you right here. What's the statement saying? Right there. It's $30,000 for each infringement. If willful, if found willful, which means shows that he did it multiple times, knowing that we warned him not to touch it, that amount can increase to $150,000 for each work of infringement. 16 times he touched those that copyrighted material, and even in times we have it in recording. Those recordings were sent in showing the conversations that we were having back and forth with them, telling them, look man, this is copyrighted material, you don't have a right to touch this, and went in and altered our work, changed it, did whatever you want to do with it. It's mine, it belongs to me. Conversations happened back to the owner who owns that work. Didn't listen to anything we told you. So now this is the number you're going to be facing. That's a lot of money. That's a serious amount of money. And you can sit up there and laugh and say, hey, they don't care. The collectors don't care if you have it or not. Their job is to go in and take everything from you. To dig through everything. Anything you have, anything you own, I don't care what it is. Even if you try to hide it, they're going to find it. Because they want their money. I want my money, and they want their money. This is what they call how 5 steps of basically executing judgment on a lawsuit. This is what happens in a lawsuit. Sheriff gets involved, and it's the sheriff that pops out for that one. They can come in and we can freeze your banking accounts. So banking accounts automatically from the door. Before you hit back to California, your accounts will be frozen. You won't get access to anything at all, period. That's gone. We can send requests to your banks and have it all shut down. We can sell your personal items, vehicles, real estate, anything. It belongs to me. And if someone kicks over, God forbid, if it happens, and you get an inheritance, guess what? You'll be $2.4 million. Guess where that money's going to? It's going to me. I can override anything you have. It belongs to me. Anything your wife makes, any money she makes, anything she has on the side is mine. Everything. And when you pass off this earth, guess where it goes to? It goes to the next of kin. They inherit your nightmare. You've destroyed your family. Told you I wasn't joking. I know about this stuff. Excuse me. You're not the first person, excuse me, that I've taken to court for this. I've sued people for this before. This is nothing new to me. I've done this before for touching my stuff. And you knew. We sent you a letter. So you can sit back and laugh all you want and say, oh, it's never going to happen. It is going to happen. And if you don't show up in court, you forfeit all your rights. You pretty much, it's like a damn if you do and damn if you don't scenario. If he shows up, he's still screwed. I hate to say it that way, excuse my French, but that's going to happen. It's just, what can he do? You have to show some form of permission slip that we gave you the rights to touch it. And we can even show, which we're going to show in court, that you have a history of taking people's copyrighted materials and using them to make money. Now, if they say it's basically hearsay, it's not hearsay. We have 4 receipts that we purchased the Frankenstein off your website. We made those purchases. Legit. You took money from us. And we purchased an item called a Frankenstein from you with the name Frankenstein attached to it, showing you clearly didn't pay out. You have no documents, nothing from Universal Studios giving them permission to use and profit it off the name Frankenstein. You have nothing there showing that you got paid anything at all, that you paid them anything, nothing. So you made money off of copyrighted or trademark names from a trademark name. You made money off of it and you didn't pay any royalties to anybody. We can show proof of that because we have receipts from it. From the exact same website that's on the same exact platform of you trying to rip off our copyrights. This is not going to be good for you in court. I'm trying to say there's so much evidence against this man. He just might just not show up. But again, if you don't show up, you forfeit. You show up, you still lose. If you don't show up at all, we're going to take you to court through 2 more times. And when we go to court, we can go to the lawyers can come. Well, first one, second will be no lawyers involved because that's still small claims. The last one is the civil court. Your Honor, we sued him. We won 2.4 and the judgment against this man. We can show from the courts that you basically violated. We have messages, all that. All that stuff you thought you was being funny on YouTube, all that's going to be used against you now in court. And we can show that he didn't even show it. He did not show, Your Honor. He did not show at all. They're going to ask you in court, why did you not show? Oh, this is going to be bad. It is going to be really, really bad. I've seen people even fake heart attacks in court a few times. Oh, well. I'm glad I'm not in your shoes. That's going to be really rough. Now, as for the rest of y'all, oh man, open and shut. Solid Wake 5. Yeah, we know where you live at. But we do. We know where you live at. I had an investigator track your whereabouts, but we know where you live at. I'm going to be seeing you real soon. You're going to be seeing my face really, really soon. That's an open and shut like no other. My attorneys were laughing their heads off when they saw that one. Oh, they're definitely going to be there. They can't wait to see you. They definitely can't wait to see you. But I got to see this man's face to face. Yeah. Hope you don't own your house because that's mine now. Pretty much everything you have is mine. This is another dummy who got caught doing something extremely stupid. Another grown man doing something stupid. Did a fake unboxing on my company. How many levels of fraud you just literally committed? You definitely getting jail time. I'm going to tell you that right now. You definitely getting jail time. You're definitely going to get jail time out of that one. And you're going to pay me. Man, you know what happens, bottom line, if they get you any jail time on this, you can't even put money on your books because you owe me money. Because you got to pay that restitution to the court. You owe me money at the end of the day. So any money that transferred to your books, unless you'll get somebody else to put the money on their books, but any money you put on your books, you don't get that. That goes to me. You owe me money. So this fellow, sorry people, this fellow goes in and takes his picture next to the fake receipts. I still can't get over that. Next to the fake receipts on a YouTube thumbnail. And then got busted. Dude, you are so freaking screwed. It is not even funny. I mean, there is no words to describe, excuse my French for saying that word, to describe how screwed you are. It is way beyond that. You got caught with a fake email. So you basically forged a fake email that doesn't exist on any server because you can't use those on Hotmail. I don't even know what email.com is. You forged a fake receipt from, trying to say it came from my company, proceeded to use the United States Post Office, which there's post office fraud charges coming in there with that too, to basically carry out an act to make it look like that you purchased a product from me to go on YouTube and to slander my company with a product that wasn't even ours, to make claim that this was our product. Do you have any idea how much trouble you're in for that? And then even worse, we had you deleting the evidence in a live stream, which clearly shows that you have admitted to committing the crime and trying to hide the evidence. Do you know how bad that is? That's extremely bad. Well, you're definitely getting jail time, I'll tell you that much. It ain't gonna be a long time, but you're gonna get some jail time out of that. And you're gonna pay me a lot of money. And I'm gonna take everything from you. Everything from you. I'm gonna leave you homeless when I get done with you. Or else you're gonna get a couple million to pay me. Cry in court if you want, don't care. Look at me and apologize, don't care. You're gonna pay me. And that's all to it. Matthew. You're my customer. I talked to you on the phone. Had a nice conversation with you. Nice fellow at the end of the day. Even took out of my pocket a 7x10 and paid for a blackout cloth material to send to you because that particular promotion was over, and I took the money out of my pocket and sent that to you. Free shipping, nice product, sent everything to you. And what did you do? You went on YouTube and used the projector that clearly we stated our company will not support it because it doesn't work. That's like somebody going in and taking a PS5 and put in an Xbox just in there and saying, hey, the system's faulty, it's fake, I wouldn't even buy this, that, and the other. Clearly, it's not going to work. It's a different format. We have videos showing that same exact projector before you even knew those things were existed. We had the original one that came out, and we had a customer who used it, and we have it clearly stated all over the website, we don't support that machine. It doesn't work. Even having a conversation with you previously before you purchased the item, telling you we don't support those machines. And you proceeded to buy that product with the intentions of slandering my company. Then we find out that the same container that these jokers are doing these videos off, trying to slander us again, is your container. Which now, at the end of the year, I have your address, I know where you live at. So at the end of the year, my attorneys will be seeking out for you, and we'll be taking you to civil court for $1 million lawsuit for committing fraud against my company. If you don't have the money, I don't care. You will pay me. Danny boy. I don't even know where to begin with you. You have taken over 1,300 pictures of me, which is, again, creepy and cringy at the end of the day. It's creepy. You stalk too. And said I was a scammer, said that I was robbing people, went on the internet and said that did fake demonstrations of my products. You have no receipts of anything you've ever purchased from me. And again, if you go in court and say I got it from a customer, you must give up the customer's information. You'll be under oath. My lawyer will basically drive screws into you. You will give up that information. And I can go in and check my accounts and see if those particular people that you're naming actually do exist. Because I'm curious to know too myself. And also, too, you're going to have to prove in court that our product did actually react the same way that you posted on YouTube. If not, you're getting sued for a couple $1 million too also. And you got land in the house, so I'm planning to take that. Definitely planning to take that. So don't get attached. Plus, we got that email from you of you calling us some of the most nastiest, dirtiest names, which we can show that not only that you slandered my company, but you sent threatening emails to my company's account, which has your information on the top and the bottom showing it came from you. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a bad year for you guys. A bad year. Good year for me, bad year for you. On top of that, we can also show that the name Partey does not belong to you, does it? You actually stole that name. That's also to another copyright issue right there. Matter of fact, none of this stuff you have on yours is actually yours. Let me see. Man. It's those days, people. Oh no, I forgot we're not on this account. It'll be on this account over here. So go pop over here. Man, I'm telling you. But yeah, Jamie, I know you want to make these fake accounts. I know you come into my room and you basically say, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't sue me for $150." Dude, seriously, what freaking Mary Poppins make-believe land do you live in at the end of the day? You do know this is the real world, right? This is going to happen. This is not freaking some show or whatever. What do you think? Whatever's going on in your head, and I don't know how you function in life, but this is real world. This actually happens in the real world. If you don't have, if we show in court that basically we have strong substantial evidence that you knew 100% what you were doing and you continued on with these acts, which we can clearly show. This is the reason why the case got filed. That's why it went through just like that with no problem, because there was so much evidence in there. There's no way they could deny the case. And the woman said, "Oh yeah, there's more than enough information in here to sue this guy," which means you fall under the guidelines of willful. That's $150,000 per infringement. So every time you flash that, even the ones after, we got more. We have more. Keep in mind, he flashed it another 14, I'm sorry, not 14. I say 5 or 6 times after we filed this. We're going to be showing them that too. So look, here's the date of when we filed, and here's the date afterwards. This guy continued to do the exact same thing afterwards. Gee, man, you're going to owe me so much money. It's not even funny. So yeah, someone asked me about the whole 150,000. That's right there. You can look it up for yourself. Roll on. Man, couldn't pay me enough money to be here right now. And then on top of that, now you have stalking charges coming out. You got criminal charges that were filed against you. And those criminal charges on those DC numbers, we have one for stalking, and we have another one that was filed against you for terroristic threats because of the emails, so what were found in the emails. On top of that, there's hate crimes also to involve in that, because there was some very disturbing stuff in the emails that were in there. Text messages, all kinds of stuff that was sent in about you, buddy. Let me see. We need I'll do some of the dumbest things. I don't do stuff like that. You know why? Because I got freaking common sense at the end of the day. You gotta be careful when you do stuff like this. This stuff can get you in a lot of trouble. And I love how they run the Partey like he's some of the big dog. Oh, Partey, he ain't doing jack. He ain't doing jack at all. That nonsense may work where he lives at, where he runs his mouth off. It don't work over here. He ain't doing jack. He's going to see my face in court. You're going to put your head down. That's what you're going to do. You're going to go through, we go through the process. I'm going to hear you crying, whine in court like I usually hear. All that big bad nonsense is gone when we walk into that room. And you're going to pay me whatever my lawyers can get out of you. That's what you're going to do. And you can cry and whine. You can talk about heart problems and all. We don't care. You had plenty enough time to get that nonsense gathered together. Telling you to back down, and you didn't want to. So don't care. And I guarantee you, you might end up getting a divorce. Because if your wife spent all that time and money to fix up that nice house you got over there, and she finds out that you, being the person that you are, the adult that you're supposed to be at the end of the day, a grown freaking man, ended up allowing her to lose her house and everything she has, you could very well end up getting a divorce. You want to test that theory? How about you have a conversation and say, hey, would you leave me if you found out that I did something extremely stupid to cause us to lose our livelihood in a lawsuit? Yeah, you'd be surprised. I'm still waiting for your attorney to contact me. I haven't got that one yet. Both of y'all. Still waiting on that. Let's see. Man, look at this. This is all your refunds in my account. These are all Partays refunds, money in my account, refunds. Yeah, we got all that on record. I got all you guys on record. All of y'all. These are all your freaking refunds over here. You were too scared to process an order, so you gave me back my money. Faster than basically. Gee whiz. Man, I forgot how many refunds. I'm gonna print these out and get these ready. The refunds don't mean nothing for court. It is basically just backflipping. You can't basically process orders. Excuse me. I guess you felt sending me that email at the end of the day, that was going to cause me to get all afraid and go, oh my goodness, look who I'm going to get. Man, forget you. Who the freak afraid of you at the end of the day? You're going to see me in court face to face. And I guarantee when I'm walking down those courtroom stairs, I guarantee you don't come over and have a conversation with me. You're going to get in your vehicle, you're going to go home, that's what you're going to do. Go ahead and do something stupid, see what happens. Guarantee you. I've seen your kind many times. I lived at that house for 4 years. You knew where I lived at. How many times did I type my address into your account? How many times did you type your address into my account? Not one time. And you talk all this trash. You and Crow hiding behind fake addresses. How many times did I type my address in with you, Jamie? Over 19 times. I was on that property for 4 years. Neither one of y'all came out there. Because I told you what was going to happen. The minute you walk in my driveway, I'm going to put you down. Didn't I say that? Did you go out there? No. Didn't even pop up. Nothing. You know what my house is at. Big old blue house on the corner. Can't miss it. Did you come out there? Not one time. How many times did I put my address in? I told you, come on out and see me. You never came out there and see me, did you? Because you knew what was going to happen. I'm not a person about that at the end of the day. I don't play this kind of game today. You jokers get behind computers and you're cowards. You knew where I lived at. And you never came out there. Because the minute you had stepped on my property, I'd have put you right there. I'd have laid you right on that cement. And you sit there, let that Absol press up into your back while you bleed out. And you can wait for the paramedics to get there and the police. And I can show clearly on camera that, yeah, these fellas have been threatening me online. I'm licensed to carry. And I used whatever I had to use necessary to protect myself. And that's it. That's what would have happened to you. You're a smart man at the end of the day. You know the line. You stay where you stay at. I know people like you all day long. Run your mouths all day long. You want to be threatened and run and threaten people at the end of the day because you're jealous of their work. Well, I put my address in multiple times, and you knew where I was at and never came by. So all this trash talk you want to talk about addresses, man, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I get tired of these jokers from time to time. I got a right to talk that way. Look at this dummy. Sitting there sending me threats at the end of the day. Cursing and carrying on. This blah blah this and this. You ain't doing jack. What you are going to do is I'm going to see you in court and you're going to pay me money. That's what you're going to do. And I'm going to strip it all away from you. And it turns around. An idiot. His information is right there at the bottom. Even your web address. Right there at the bottom. What did you do when I basically made $700 worth of orders? What did you do? You gave me back my money. You know why you didn't ship it out? You know why you can never ship it out? Because you're afraid to put your address in there. But don't worry about that. That's what we paid the investigator. That's what his job is to do. His job is to track where you lay your head at so we can serve you and bring to court. So I'm going to have your address sooner or later. And you're going to be sitting before me in court. And we'll see how much mouth you got. Talking all this trash. That nonsense made work around your neighborhood. You got the wrong person at the end of the day. Nobody fear you over here. I don't know where you get this nonsense from. You and Jamie both. Jamie's so terrified to give up his information. He got fake addresses left and right. He was counting like 13, 14 different forms of fake. And one time, he literally gave us an address to a post office. Man, that's pathetic. Jamie seemed like the kind of person that was chased home from school every day. That's what I read from that one. My goodness. Well, I'll tell you one thing, gentlemen. If you do happen to get, Jamie's definitely getting jail time. If you definitely do, the rest of y'all getting jail time out of that, I would suggest that if you do end up in that situation, yeah, you're gonna learn some respect in there. I'll tell you that much. But as for that whole willfully thing, yeah, it's right there. You can read it yourself. So those of you know that if you do mess with somebody's copyrights, at the end of the day, say you hit it one time, you made a mistake, that person contacts you. If they're nice enough to contact, some people wouldn't even contact you to drag you right into court to get money out of you. But the owner is nice enough to send you out a letter saying, hey, look, we need you to remove the so-and-so and so-and-so, then that's good. Then you can just remove it. But if you continue to go on with it and use it for your own personal use, even doing what this dummy did at the end of the day, then basically it shows that you fall in the guidelines of willfully, which means basically your intentions were to do whatever you wanted to do with it. You didn't care, and you wanted to do whatever, and you fall in the guideline of now of a $150,000 lawsuit, and that's per each time you use it, which gets pretty bad. Oh my goodness. Are we gonna watch that cooking show? Oh, cooking show, yeah. Oh, are you fighting again with the fish? You and the fish are always fighting. Always fighting with the fish. You and the fish. What's your battle with the fish? I'm going to tell you something, gentlemen. You can sit there and say, oh, we're not a Christian. Let me tell you something. I am a Christian at the end of the day, and I'm going to protect myself and protect my family. And if anybody at the end of the day is going to feel the need to attack me or my family, I'm going to put a bullet in you so you can understand that. You can take it any way you want. And anybody else that is hearing me talk this way can understand 100% because they would do the same thing for their own family. You gentlemen take it too far. I come out here, I expose you for the dumb stuff that you do. You steal from customers, you rob people at the end of the day. That's what we do. We don't talk this nonsense. We have evidence of you doing this stuff. And then even worse, you guys do so much stupidity in your timeline that you basically expose yourself on so many levels it's not even funny. It isn't much we have to say to prove that you guys are fakes at the end of the day. What are you upset with me about? You're upset with me because what? I don't even know you, Partey. Never met you before. Never even heard of you at all, period. Jamie, we heard of. The rest of them, Matthew and the other fellow, Solomon, we don't even know who you guys are. So you basically just jump on his bandwagon, accuse me of things that, again, I haven't even done, try to destroy my company, try to discredit my name because I get up every single day and I work hard. That's what your whole, what did I do? Honestly, what did I do? I get up every morning, I do YouTube videos, I work hard to make products, and I sell my products. What did I do wrong? Where's the proof that I'm robbing all these people? I got tons of people on my accounts that support me. Where's the proof? I can even show you my PayPal, my PayPal transactions. In my PayPal transactions, I have very, very little complaints against my account. My account is in such outstanding with PayPal, they give me loans from them. You have to have an outstanding account for them to show that you don't have a lot of returns and complaints and all this stuff in order for you to get these loans. And I have an outstanding account with PayPal. So what did I do wrong at the end of the day that you guys come at me and attack me? Nothing. I didn't do anything at all. It comes down to jealousy. That's what it comes down to. Because you guys are too lazy to get up and work hard and make a product that actually works for your customers. And it shows in your product. It shows in the way we have caught you down through time, doing these stupidity things down through time, matching house paint. Jamie, you clearly matched the house paint multiple times and still continue to sell these products on your website, regardless, not even caring about your customers getting ripped off or not. Your policies on your website are strictly designed to steal from your own customers. And then you want to come at me like I'm a scammer, I'm a thief, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That's all from your jealousy. So, gentlemen, you will have your day in court. Those of you who basically made these demonstrations against my company, against my name, and trying to damage my work at the end of the day, who made statements against me that my products don't work, you better prove it in court. Because if you don't, you're going to get sued for millions of dollars. That's what's going to happen. That's the reality. So with that being said, I'm going back to work. I have much work to do. I have property to look at the end of the year, working on these products, some other projects. I'm working on other ventures, and I have showrooms to show off my technology in. And I see you gentlemen in court, either it be in the middle of the summer or the end of the year. I will see you in court. All right, people, I gotta go.